Two children are fighting for their lives tonight after a state patrol chase ended with a crash in a North Minneapolis playground.
It happened at Bohannon Park around 9:30 this morning. Troopers tried pulling over the SUV on 94 and 53rd Street. They say that Kabar Powell refused to stop, left the highway, and ended up crashing into three siblings at the park. Tonight, two of the kids are at North Memorial Hospital with life-threatening injuries. That is where we find John Lauritsen this evening. John, you spoke with their aunt.
Yeah, I talked with an aunt of the children impacted by this tonight. She said the whole family is just in shock, as you might imagine. They're trying to figure out how a quiet morning on the playground turned into a life-threatening situation.
My first words to Daniel was, I hope none of the kids got hurt.
It was the first thing that came to mind for witnesses and neighbors. Some saw the end of the crash as the SUV ended up in a swing set. Others were just feet away and were impacted in more ways than one.
My sister's husband was there, watched his children get run over by a car. I cannot imagine, I can't even fathom how I would feel.
Devin Brinkley says her sister, Nicole Peltier, was taking a test inside the school while her husband, Kyle, watched the couple's children play outside. Brinkley says the SUV then crashed through a tennis court and onto the playground, hitting her niece and nephews.
He had no remorse whatsoever, and then apparently got out of the car and continued to run.
State troopers eventually caught and arrested the driver, 27-year-old Kabar Powell. They also say they found a gun in the SUV he was driving. Brinkley says her 2-year-old nephew, Caden, is in critical condition with a broken neck and hips. She says her 4-year-old niece, Liliana, has bleeding on her brain, but is in stable condition.
It's pretty ridiculous when you're being stopped and you just don't pull over and recklessly drive through innocent children, innocent people. It's ridiculous.
And she told us that her 3-year-old nephew, Connor, was traumatized by all this. He has some injuries, but he is expected to be okay. Actually, in this case, Paul was driving with a revoked license, and the State Patrol told us that what they do in these situations is they'll follow along and they'll decide. It's actually up to the trooper and a supervisor to decide what's the right call to make, when they should actually pull somebody over or when they should stop pursuing in cases like this. Amelia?
All right. Thank you, John.